What's good, Pokemon community? It's your boy J1XD Gaming for Life. What's good, Rockets? What's good, Team Rocket? We're gonna get a singles match in going here with a random online trainer. Let's go. So he's gonna be using a Dusknoir. That's lightweight. That's most likely he's gonna be his defensive type. He's using a Kefli, which is most likely he's gonna be his setup. He's using a Zorak, which is rare, so I gotta be careful with that because he most likely is gonna have that illusion going. So 9 times out of 10, I don't get the Tyranitar with the Charizard mix because the Tyranitar is gonna cause the Sandstorm, which I don't think is going to mesh good with Charizard at all, but it will work good with that Skarmory, but we'll see how this match goes. Questionable setup, the questionable team though, but I should come on top here. So I want to start off my opening up with Orbeetle, of course, you know, because that's my setup. Outside of that, it doesn't matter what other order I choose this team. It just matters that if I open up with TPEX or Orbeetle. So we're going to go ahead and get this match underway. And yeah, they're all ready to go. Let's get it. So we got a one-on-one match, 6v6. Let's do it. Random online trainer. And of course, your boy J1XD. We're gonna go ahead and commentate this match along the way as I go. All right, she's gonna open up with Skarmory, and of course I'll open up with Orbeetle. So this Skarmory 9 times out of 10 isn't gonna attack yet. It's gonna go ahead and just do some setup moves. And obviously it has Rocky Helmet, so I'm going to be careful not to hit it with any physical attacks. So he's going to go ahead and, 9 times out of 10, the enemy's going to go ahead and use Stealth Rock, but I'm going to go ahead and set Sticky Web to slow down every mon he sends out. And as predicted, he uses Stealth Rock. So I call that one on the mark. He's using Stealth Rock. That's part of the being good at this game. You got to be able to call those predictions and switch-ins. So now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and swap him out. I'm gonna go ahead and swap him out for my Seadrill. I'm gonna get rid of his field faster he said, because I can't have this. I can't have those stealth rocks there. That's gonna be damaging to my team. All right, so I'm gonna send out the Seadrill so we can do the rapid spin so we can clear the field. I'm expecting another setup move from the Skarmory. Yep, as I predicted, spikes. So 9 times out of 10, this is a good situation because I know that I'm pretty sure she sees that my rapid spin is coming, which is either A, going to force her to use another setup move, or B, is going to force her to switch. I'm thinking it's going to force her to switch. No, it doesn't. She actually doesn't switch. So I successfully removed the field hazard she set, basically wasting her first 2 turns. But I, of course, take some damage from that Rocky Helmet. He's going to go ahead and use Body Press to try to get the super effective damage off the steel, therefore dropping the Seadrill. But, however, it's going to have to catch up 2 turns. So I'm going to go ahead and send out Charizard to get that pressure so it can't go ahead and set up. He's a steel type, so 9 times out of 10 he's going to retreat that because of Charizard. So, of course, I got the shiny Charizard with the black skin, of course. Let's get it. Alright, so I'm going to use this Fire Blast. I'm going to try to see if... You know what, let me see what Pokemon she has, because she's definitely going to switch. She's going to switch into that Tyranitar. So, predicting the Tyranitar switch, I'm going to go ahead and go with Solar Beam. As predicted, she switches. It's going to switch right into that Tyranitar. That Tyranitar is going to go ahead and get the Storm going, but guess what? I got that charge for the Solar Beam going. So that she's going to have to switch that Tyranitar out or it's going to take some big damage. Alright, as for, just like I said, the Sandstorm kicks up and Tyranitar comes up. Charizard's going to absorb the sunlight, taking a turn to hit it with Solar Beam. I'm predicting her to switch, as my Charizard, of course, takes a little chip damage for the Sandstorm. I don't see this Tyranitar staying in. She's going to switch. So I might be in a good situation. Oh, no, it stays. It's going to take the Solar Beam. But it does get that plus up on the special defense, so we'll see what happens here. So Tyranitar takes some decent damage, but not as much damage as I thought it was. But this Charizard definitely takes a big damage on that one. Alright. So he had the moves, but he had what it took to take me out. But it's all good though. I got something from the Tyranitar. I'm gonna go ahead and send out my Rillaboom. Very strong defensive grass type. Alright, he's going to activate that Grassy Surge, giving the plus to all grass attacks. He's also going to operate that Grassy Seed. That Grassy Seed adds boost to defense +1. This is definitely force the Tyranitar to switch. So we're just going to go ahead and hit a Grassy Glide, because whoever gets hit by that Grassy Glide is going to take big damage. I don't see that Tyranitar staying. especially with a physical attacker like Rillaboom. Let's see what happens here. Obviously, the trainer is planning out her move because I definitely have her on the ropes here, despite the deficit. All right, switched as predicted. All right, sends in that Charizard. Depending on how much damage I do, nope. That's a pretty chunky Charizard right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I'm not even going to play around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into that Toxapex. Because I need to get rid of that Charizard. He's 9 times out of 10 going to Dynamax that Charizard to push for the lead. Are they going to? Is he going to Dynamax the Charizard? Nope, just a regular attack. Flare Blitz, it's a pretty big attack. That's not going to do much damage at all to Toxapex. As Toxapex has one of the highest defenses in the game and it's a water type. So double coverage protection against fire types. So unless she sends that Skarmory in, I'm about to definitely use Toxic. But it's not a bad thing if that Skarmory comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Toxic to try to poison this Charizard. However, I do predict her switching the Skarmory to soak up the poison. But hopefully she doesn't realize, nope, Earthquake, but it's Toxapex going to soak it up. I know she's upset. Super effective damage, but barely does anything. As that Charizard gets poisoned from Toxic. So how Toxic works is that Toxic's going to take more damage each turn as it goes on. So each turn that goes by is going to take more and more damage because it's poison. So right now I'm starting my defensive core. My defensive core strategy push. So basically I'm going to keep everything toxic. I'm going to pressure everything out with the attacks, burn what I can't poison. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Scald. I don't see that Charizard staying here. It's going to switch to Skarmory 9 out of 10. Or something that can soak up water. I don't think she meant for that thing to get poisoned. Alright, she's definitely making a move here. I want to see what she does. Oh, she keeps it in for Earthquake? What? That Earthquake does no damage at all really to the Toxapex. Not anything that my Toxapex can't heal. So I'm going to hit the Charizard for super effective damage using Scald. And that Charizard is hanging on the thread as its health in the red. Meanwhile, my Toxapex is just recovering the damage that it lost, especially doing nothing. And then the poison will kick in, taking Charizard's health below 10%. So, yeah, they're going to have to switch that Charizard because that thing's about to die. Either that or it's going to take another Scald. But she may go ahead and take the damage to sacrifice it just to come in for the clean start for the next Mon. Oh, she actually switches the Charizard, so let's see what happens here. Skarmory, as predicted. Hopefully the Scald can place a burn. But the Toxapex does decent damage. I don't see this Skarmory staying in. But it looks like I might have to work my way around Spikes and the Stealth Rock. Because he's going to get 2 free turns if I don't take it down to set those moves. Yep, as predicted, it goes ahead and resets Stealth Rock. And after this, it's going to have to use Spike. So I'm going to get 2 free hits as it sets up again. But it's setting up again, and I have nothing to get rid of the setup. So it's going to definitely be a little hard after it gets the setup in. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, it has to set up though, but it still has to take on the onslaught from my Toxapex. She's going to be forced to switch to Skarmory when I'm done with it, unless the Skarmory knows Roost. If the Skarmory knows Roost, I potentially could be in trouble. But not if I set the burn. My goal is to definitely set this burn. I do predict it using Roost. Oh, no, we dropped it. We dropped the Skarmory. Let's go. It's an even-Steven game. Let's go. She thought she had that advantage, but just like my team is set up to do, is set up for the slow pick-off. Get them. My whole goal is to get them to waste their strong resources. Once their resources are gone, slowly pick them off. Alright, she's going to take the time to think of her next move and what Pokemon to send out. Alright, so she's going to send out her Khaleesi. which takes the effect from the sticky web, so its speed automatically drops. Alright, so I really have nothing that deals super effective damage to... So that thing's at a 9 out of 10 set up screen safely. So I'm just gonna hit it with Scald and hope to burn it. Oh, it uses Thunder Wave. Nice move to put it on Toxapex. I can definitely admit that. But Toxapex's still gonna get the Scald off. He's a soldier, he's gonna fight through the paralysis. We definitely gotta do something about that Clefty. We gotta do something about that. Very minus 2 mons I had to take it down were both knocked out. Maybe I could do something to hit it with neutral damage. So the Scald does do neutral damage. So I'm gonna just do what I can to take it down with Scald. Oh, it uses Swagger. Interesting. Alright, so he's gonna use Swagger to confuse my Toxapex. But Toxapex, that does boost the attack. But I have to worry about doing that damage to myself as it's confused. It's confused and paralyzed, so I literally have a 50% chance of attacking. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this Toxapex out. Because he's pretty much setup fodder. Definitely setup fodder for the Cleefy. Alright. I don't have a strong attack. Alright, I'm gonna have to send this Rillaboom out. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to use Knockoff to knock his item off, because it definitely has a support item helping it out. Rillaboom's gonna take damage from the spikes and the Stealth Rock, because they were set earlier by the opponent upon entry. But he's gonna get some of the health back. Oh, this Leafy is just full of tricks and uses Substitute. So what's the attack that it has? So far it's the Thunder Wave. To use Substitute. Let's just go ahead and do what we gotta do here. Alright, we're gonna try to get rid of that damn Substitute. Man, he's just paralyzing everything that comes out here with that Cleefy. He's able to hide behind the Substitute. So I definitely gotta think a way around this. Alright, we're definitely about to do this. Alright, so we cover some of them the health with the Drain Punch. We're gonna have to hit it with another Drain Punch. We gotta take this thing's attack down. This thing's just gonna have free reign to do what it needs to do if I don't. So we're gonna go ahead and knock off to knock his item off, but it's probably gonna use Substitute because that's Prankster. What Prankster does, it gives priority to status moves. Oh, he actually pulls out the Cleefy, but whenever he switches in, he's gonna get hit with a fresh knockoff. Ooh. It's over for the Charizard. I don't know why he did that. Alright, we take the lead as she switches and makes that risky play. We take the lead from the risky play. Let's go. She's definitely going to take the time to think of her next Mon. I don't think she planned on losing that Charizard, but however, with less than 10% health and poison, I probably wouldn't have sent that out. I probably would have considered it good and knocked out. I wouldn't have done that. Alright, so she's contemplating her next move and see what she brings out. So she brings back out the Tyranitar. No choice. Ooh. And it gets caught in the sticky web. However, our Rillaboom definitely has the advantage and we can land a successful Grassy Glide. There we go, Grassy Glide. That should take it out. Oh, it survives with 30. One hit. And that's actually a Zoric. Ooh, the flamethrower. Come on, Rillaboom. Hold on to that. Let's go. Come Come on, Riddler Boy, you gotta fight through that paralysis. We need you to fight through that. We need you to fight through it. You gotta do it. You got to. Let's say the safe switch out. Switch, safe damage to switch. We're gonna use the U-turn. Ooh, he pulls a Zork out. Ooh, sends in Dusknor. And it's caught in a sticky web. Let's see what we can do. Alright, you're going to get the successful U-turn off. Doesn't do much damage, but the benefit of it is we get to switch out without actually using an official switch. Oh, we should have kept it in for the knockoff. But we're gonna go ahead and poison that big boy. Because that thing can soak up some good damage. Plus, if it does pain split, it's definitely gonna be in the pain for the rest of the match. What pain split does is that if it has weakened health and you have full health, it can basically split your full health of it, basically evening it out the percentage of the HP. But all you have to do is literally land a toxic. But he may switch. He may switch trying to soak the toxic, which works out for me too. So I'm going to try to force the switch. Either he's going to switch or he takes the toxic. She's contemplating her move. We're going to see what she does here. And we got less than 4 minutes left on the clock. We got less than 4 minutes left in the match. Oh, it's going for a Dynamax. That I'm shocked about. Because that puts me in a pretty good position. I definitely think that Dynamax was not thought of. She had better Pokemon to use that Dynamax on. I would not have used that on the defensive choice. His attack power can't be too high because 9 out of 10 is a defensive build. So I don't estimate the attacks being too hard. She really thinks she can muscle through the Toxapex, but this Toxapex is tough as nails. Which she'll find out. Alright, so we poison that Dusknor. Toxapex will recover some health. Alright, so let's see it. He's definitely coming with another Max Quake. So I need something to soak that Max Quake up. I could Dynamax with Toxapex as my main Dynamaxes are gone. I could totally Dynamax to soak that attack up, which I think I will. That's gonna piss him off. He already used turn 1. This turn 2 is gonna be a guaranteed block. I mean, he has one good turn to lay an effective attack against Toxapex. And which I don't think is gonna happen. We got 3 minutes left in the battle, less than 3 minutes. This is definitely a tough battle. Much props to the opponent. Neither has made headway. It is literally 4v4 right now. 2 mons dropped on each side. Alright, we definitely be going for the kamikaze hit here. We're going to attempt another max guard, just for shits and giggles. Oh, and we successfully get it off. Clutch play. Blocking his 3rd Dynamax move. I know he's mad, wasting all 3 turns of his Dynamax. And we successfully hold off this Pokemon's offense. Alright, we got a pretty clean blow. Let's do it. I don't think he has an attack strong enough to take down my Toxapex while Dynamaxed. And as predicted, he pulled out and withdrew. But cleverly, that thing's going to take big damage right here. But that's the point. Let's get it. Oh, the paralysis kicks in. Lucky him. Alright, so now that my Pokemon's back to normal, I'm going to go ahead and use Recover to get back some health. It doesn't have what it takes to talk effects. Oh, but it gets another swagger off. That could very well stop my Recover. 59 seconds left to the battle ends. Looks like this match might be called by time. In which it'll come down to the factor of who wins, not by knockout, but wins by who has the most health drops. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep attempting to recover, because I could possibly win this off of damage. Because neither one of us are going to drop a Mon. Neither one of us are going to drop a Mon in 30 seconds. So if I can get my paralysis, if I can get my Recover off, that'd be great. And we could successfully get a Recover off. Hopefully that puts me ahead where I need to be to win the match to do the damage. As both of us will not be able to drop another Pokemon. Alright, and I got the time advantage here, so I'm going to go ahead and let the clock down as at my advantage. I got 56 seconds to make the move, but 5 seconds left in the battle, so I'm going to go ahead and let the time run. Hopefully I win this by damage, but it is definitely even 4x4. The winner will be called by whoever has done the most damage. And the winner is... Yes! We win! Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow me.